Junk email can take many forms, whether that be from Nigerian princes, so-called social media experts, or just an endless supply of newsletters you accidentally signed up to. Luckily, today's sponsor CleanFox are able to help with all those annoying emails. CleanFox is a service that cleans up your inbox and stops you from receiving any more annoying emails that you don't need. We'll talk more about CleanFox at the end of the video, and I'll tell you some crazy facts that you might not have known about the internet and its impact on our planet. Yet, regardless, it all ends up in the same folder labelled spam. Yet now the name spam is almost synonymous with junk email. Spam has its origins as the name of a brand of questionable tinned meat. So how did annoying emails we didn't want end up sharing a name of a meat product of all things? Let's look at that meat first, spam. What exactly goes into one of those tins? Spam consists of pork shoulder meat, ham, salt, water, potato starch, and some sodium nitrate for good measure. In this current world where food has never been more beautiful, spam seriously looks out of place. Yet spam is from another time entirely. Spam's origins root in 1937, born from a time of economical unease during the Great Depression. Quality meat became harder to obtain for the average person, and spam filled that meat void, becoming a household essential in its homeland of America. Yet spam didn't become a worldwide hit until World War II. In 1941, cans of spam were sent all over the world. It was easy to ship and had a longer shelf life than traditional meats, making it perfect for sending out to troops. Before they knew it, soldiers across the globe were eating spam for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. When America entered the war, over 150 million pounds of the stuff accompanied them. So much of the stuff, it started to become the butt of jokes and a bane to troops. As one anonymous World War II poet put it, "Now Jackson had his acorns and Grant his precious rye. Teddy had his poison beef, worse you couldn't buy. The doughboy had his hard tracks without the Navy's jam, but armies on their stomach move, and this one moves on spam." Yet, despite all the mockery of the poor tins, spam was a uniting factor across American troops regardless of where they were. Even in the 80s, British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher looked back on spam as a wartime delicacy, and USSR leader Nikita Khrushchev wrote in his autobiography, "Without spam, we wouldn't have been able to feed our army." Yet, that's just the history of spam. What about that now iconic name? Well, the mystery of the name is just as mysterious as to what goes into the meat itself. Many myths and rumours have spread for what exactly spam means, like it being an acronym for shoulder pork and ham, special processed American meat, to a personal favourite, something posing as meat. Yet, the official explanation from the Hormel Foods Corporation, the company that makes spam, is that the name is a blending of the words spice and ham. The story goes that during a New Year's Eve party, President of Hormel Foods, Jay Hormel, ran a naming competition for the new product, to which the winner would receive $100. It was the brother of the vice president of Hormel who came up with the name spam, and as Jay Hormel himself put it, "I knew then and there that the name was perfect." Now, this is only half of our story. So, who do we have to thank for getting the ball rolling on spam being used to talk about junk email?
It's Monty Python's Flying Circus.
Monty Python's Flying Circus was a huge hit, creating famous sketches involving anything from dead parrots to the Spanish Inquisition to some very silly walks. Yet the sketch we need to talk about involves a cafe that seems to specialise in spam, some angry patrons, and for some reason, Vikings. As the waitress lists off all the spam-based dishes her cafe is serving, the Vikings chant more and more. Spam, 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 spam. You get the idea. But before spamming was a noun on the internet, it was spamming the verb. Spamming had its origins in the 90s at the dawn of the internet in things like chat rooms and early online games, in which users would flood chat boxes with endless meaningless text to annoy others, or even flood computers with too much data and crash them. We have nerds to thank for the term spamming. Monty Python and nerds just seem to go hand in hand, like how the Python coding language is even named after them. It was dubbed spamming in relation to the Python sketch for a couple reasons. Spamming and Vikings singing spam are both repetitious and annoying to the person on the other end, and Vikings chanting spam and spamming online both annoyingly drown out everything else, with the annoying barrage of messages evolving into an annoying barrage of emails that were too titled spam. Spam has had an interesting history, from a simple tinned meat rising in popularity during the Depression, to winning wars, to Monty Python's endless singing of its praises, to early internet nerds making it a word of their own. There's so much history in those 4 simple letters. Did you know that the internet is the fastest growing source of CO2 in the world? An email is responsible for the emission of 10 grams of CO2 per year. CleanFox's website and app are so easy to use. Simply put in your email, let CleanFox scan your account, then the decide if you want CleanFox to keep your old emails, delete them, or delete them and unsubscribe from them, and it's completely free. Please don't forget to check out CleanFox if you want to help save the planet and even save your inbox. And of course, a huge thank you to all my patrons who are helping Name Explain in the best way possible. Why not donate just $2 a month to get your name here with all these incredible people? Thank you.